The African savanna was alive with the glow of the setting sun. Today is June 2nd, 2026, and the light here is just as ancient and timeless as it ever was. Long shadows stretched from the acacia trees, painting dark stripes across the golden grasses. The air, once thick with the day's heat, was beginning to cool, carrying the scent of dry earth and distant rain. Most of the daytime animals were settling down for the night, their calls growing softer, more distant. But for others, this was the perfect time to hunt. This magical period, known as the golden hour, is when the line between day and night blurs, and the savanna's most skilled predators begin their silent work, using the fading light to their advantage. This is a world of constant vigilance, where every rustle in the grass, every shadow that moves, could mean the difference between life and death. The air hummed with the buzz of insects, a constant soundtrack to the drama of survival playing out below. A herd of impalas grazed nervously at the edge of a clearing, their ears twitching, their dark eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of danger. They knew this time of day was treacherous. The lions would soon be on the move, and the leopards would be stirring in their treetop lairs. The savanna is a place of breathtaking beauty, but it is also a relentless arena where only the smartest, strongest, and most adaptable creatures survive to see another sunrise. In this tense and beautiful landscape, two extraordinary hunters were on a collision course. They were masters of their own domains, each perfectly evolved for this challenging environment. One moved with silent, graceful steps through the tall grass, a spotted phantom using incredible hearing to locate its next meal. The other slithered silently through the undergrowth, a powerful and formidable reptile, respected and feared by all who crossed its path. Neither was aware of the other's presence just yet, but their paths were converging in a small clearing where the grass was shorter and the earth was still warm from the afternoon sun. The stage was set for an epic showdown. The setting sun cast one last brilliant orange ray across the plains before dipping below the horizon, plunging the world into a deep, dusky purple. The sounds of the day gave way to the chorus of the night. The chirping of crickets grew louder, and the distant whooping call of a hyena echoed across the vast expanse. It was in this transitional moment, in the quiet heart of the savanna, that our two protagonists would finally meet. This encounter would not be a simple test of strength, but a complex duel of wits, patience, and instinct, a perfect example of the intricate dance of survival that defines life in the wild. The serval is one of the savanna's most elegant and specialized hunters. With a slender body, long legs, and a coat of golden fur covered in black spots and stripes, it is built for a life of stealth and agility. Its most remarkable features are its enormous oval-shaped ears. These aren't just for show, they are precision instruments. A serval can sit perfectly still, its ears rotating like satellite dishes, pinpointing the faintest rustle of a rodent moving deep beneath the grass. This incredible hearing allows it to hunt prey it cannot even see, giving it a huge advantage in the dense savanna environment where visibility is often limited. It relies on sound more than sight, making it a master of the unseen world. Patience is the serval's greatest virtue. Unlike a cheetah that relies on explosive speed, or a lion that uses teamwork, the serval is a solitary and methodical hunter. It will often find a promising spot and wait motionless for minutes on end. Its body will be coiled like a spring, its gaze fixed on the spot where its ears have detected movement. This stillness is a weapon. It allows the serval to blend into its surroundings, becoming just another part of the grassy landscape. Potential prey remains completely unaware of the lethal predator lurking just a few feet away, listening intently for the perfect moment to strike with breathtaking speed and accuracy. When that moment arrives, the serval's attack is a marvel of athletic power. Using its long, powerful hind legs, It can leap vertically into the air, sometimes over 2 meters high, before pouncing down onto its unsuspecting victim. This pounce is incredibly precise. It can snatch birds right out of the air as they take flight, or pin down a scurrying rodent with its front paws. This unique hunting style is perfectly adapted for catching small, fast-moving animals in tall grass. The serval doesn't chase, it ambushes. Its strategy is all about listening, waiting, and executing a single, perfect and decisive move. Our serval, a young but experienced male, was moving through the twilight with this exact purpose. He was hungry. The day had been long and hot, and his last meal was a distant memory. He padded silently through the grass, his large ears swiveling, scanning the soundscape for any sign of a meal. He was focused, his senses on high alert, his mind entirely on the hunt. Every muscle in his lean body was ready for action. He was a perfect killing machine, honed by generations of survival on these plains, completely unaware that he was about to encounter a creature that was just as skilled and far more dangerous than any rodent or bird. Slithering through the same patch of savanna was a different kind of predator, one that commanded respect through fear and power. This was the king cobra, the world's longest venomous snake. An adult can grow to an incredible length, sometimes over 5 meters long. Its smooth scales shimmered in the fading light, a mix of olive green, tan and black. This isn't just a snake, it's a giant among snakes. Its sheer size is intimidating, a clear signal to other animals to keep their distance. Unlike many other snakes that prefer to hide, the king cobra often moves with confidence, its head held high off the ground as it surveys its territory with intelligent, unblinking eyes. The king cobra's most famous weapon is its venom. It can deliver a massive amount of potent neurotoxin in a single bite, enough to take down an animal as large as an elephant. This venom attacks the nervous system, causing paralysis, respiratory failure, and ultimately death. But the cobra doesn't use this powerful weapon lightly. Venom is precious, and producing it takes energy. The king cobra prefers to save its venom for hunting its primary prey, other snakes. This specialist diet is what gives it the name king. It is a snake that eats snakes, and it is more than a match for almost any other reptile it encounters. When threatened, the king cobra has one of the most terrifying defensive displays in the animal kingdom. It will raise the front third of its body straight off the ground, sometimes rising to eye level with a human. It will then flatten the ribs in its neck to create its iconic hood, all while emitting a low, guttural hiss that sounds more like a dog's growl. This display is pure intimidation. It's a clear warning that says, I am big, I am dangerous, and you need to back away now. This isn't an act of aggression, but a defensive strategy designed to avoid a physical confrontation. The cobra would much rather scare a threat away than risk a fight. Our cobra, a magnificent, fully grown specimen, was making its way towards a rocky outcrop where it often sheltered. It was not hunting, but simply moving through its territory as the day cooled. It moved with a slow, deliberate grace, its long body flowing over the uneven ground. It was the undisputed ruler of the undergrowth, a creature of ancient power and deadly potential. The snake was calm, its senses taking in the smells and vibrations of the earth. It was completely unaware that its path was about to be blocked by another of the savanna's elite predators, setting the stage for a tense and dramatic standoff between two masters of survival. The serval was the first to sense that something was wrong. As he moved silently through a clearing, his sensitive ears picked up a sound that was out of place. Not the frantic scurrying of a rodent, but a slow, dry, slithering sound. He froze instantly, his body low to the ground, every muscle tensed. His golden eyes, perfectly adapted for low light, scanned the area in front of him. The sound stopped. The world seemed to fall silent, the usual chorus of insects and distant animal calls fading into the background. For a brief moment, there was nothing but the gentle rustle of the wind in the grass. The serval remained perfectly still, a living statue of spotted gold and black. Across the clearing, The king cobra had also stopped. It had felt the subtle vibrations in the ground caused by the serval's paws. The snake slowly raised its head, its forked tongue flicking in and out, tasting the air for chemical signals. The tongue delivered scent particles to a special sensory organ in the roof of its mouth, giving it a detailed picture of its surroundings. It detected the scent of a mammal, a predator. The cobra didn't make a sound. It simply waited, its dark, intelligent eyes fixed in the direction of the serval. It knew that sudden movement could provoke an attack, and in the wild, avoiding conflict is often the key to survival. For what felt like an eternity, neither animal moved a muscle. The serval, with its body crouched low, stared at the snake. The cobra, with its head raised slightly, stared back. It was a silent, primal negotiation. Each was assessing the other, calculating the risk. The serval, a hunter of small prey, had likely never faced a snake of this size and power. The cobra, a hunter of other reptiles, knew that mammals could be dangerously quick and unpredictable. The air between them crackled with unspoken tension. This was not about hunger. This was about territory, respect, and survival. The sun had completely set now, and the twilight was deepening into night. In this frozen moment, the savanna itself seemed to be holding its breath. The usual rules of predator and prey were suspended. Here were two apex predators, each at the top of their respective food chains, locked in a battle of nerves. The serval's instincts told it to be cautious, that this was no ordinary opponent. The cobra's instincts warned it that this agile cat was a potential threat that needed to be handled with care. The first move would be critical. It would set the tone for the entire encounter and could very well determine who, if anyone, would walk away unharmed from this dramatic and unexpected meeting. The standoff could not last forever. The serval, relying on its keen observation, made the first subtle move. It shifted its weight slightly, a barely perceptible movement testing the cobra's reaction. It was a calculated risk, designed to gather more information about its opponent. The serval's strategy was patience and analysis. It needed to understand what this strange, giant reptile was capable of before committing to an attack or a retreat. Its mind, built for lightning-fast pounces, was now working as a strategic calculator, weighing the odds and assessing the danger. The cat's ears twitched, catching every tiny sound, its eyes never leaving the snake. The king cobra responded instantly to the serval's shift. In a fluid, intimidating motion, it raised the front third of its body high off the ground. Its hood flared wide, doubling the apparent size of its head. A low, menacing hiss echoed through the silent clearing, a sound that would send most animals fleeing in terror. This was the cobra's classic threat display, a powerful piece of psychological warfare. It was not an attack, but a clear and unambiguous warning. The snake was saying, "I am large, I am venomous, and I will defend myself if you come any closer." Its tactic was not patience, but immediate and overwhelming intimidation. The serval was startled, but not panicked. It took a quick step back, its body still low to the ground, ready to spring away at a moment's notice. The cat had never seen such a display. It recognized the universal language of danger. The cobra's sheer size when reared up was impressive and deeply unsettling. The serval's strategy now shifted from cautious curiosity to active defense. It began to circle the cobra slowly, keeping a safe distance, its eyes darting back and forth, looking for an opening or a sign of weakness. It was a dance of two different survival philosophies: the serval's agile, probing intelligence versus the cobra's static, powerful threat. The cobra did not give chase. Instead, it pivoted on the spot, its raised head and flared hood tracking the serval's every move like a turret. Its body remained coiled and ready to strike if the cat crossed an invisible line. The snake's defense was about conserving energy and maximizing its threat. It knew that a prolonged chase or fight was risky. A single well-timed strike was its ultimate weapon, but it would only use it as a last resort. For now, the intimidating posture and the deep guttural hiss were its primary tools. This was a duel of nerves, a silent conversation where each creature's body language spoke volumes about its power, its intentions, and its deep-seated will to survive. The encounter now escalated into a contest of timing and precision. The Serval, realizing it could not intimidate the Cobra, decided to test its reflexes. It feigned a small pounce, leaping forward a short distance and then immediately jumping back, trying to bait the snake into striking. It was a risky move, a bluff designed to make the Cobra reveal its speed. The Serval was using its natural agility, not for a kill, but for reconnaissance. It needed to know how fast its opponent was. This was not a battle of brute force. The Serval knew it couldn't simply overpower the giant snake. It had to outsmart it. The King Cobra didn't fall for the bluff. It remained in its defensive posture, its head swaying slightly, its dark eyes following the Serval with intense focus. It understood the cat's game. The Cobra's survival depended on not wasting its strike. A missed strike would leave it vulnerable for a split second, and against an animal as fast as a Serval, a split second was a lifetime. The snake held its ground, its patience a formidable weapon. It refused to be provoked, demonstrating an incredible level of self-control. This was a battle of minds as much as bodies, a high-stakes chess match, where one wrong move could be fatal. Frustrated but not deterred, the Serval tried a different tactic. It began batting at the ground with its paws, kicking up dust and small pebbles in the Cobra's direction. This was a distraction, an attempt to break the snake's focus and create confusion. The Serval hoped the flying debris might annoy the Cobra enough to force a mistake. It was a clever strategy, using the environment as a tool. The Serval was demonstrating its adaptability, changing its approach when the first one failed. It was learning, evolving its tactics in real time in response to the Cobra's unyielding defense. The cat was a whirlwind of motion, a stark contrast to the snake's immovable calm. But the King Cobra was an ancient master of this game. It narrowed its eyes slightly against the dust but did not flinch. Its focus was absolute. It knew the Serval's real threat was its claws and teeth, not the dust and pebbles. The snake continued to track the cat's movements, ignoring the distractions. It understood that the Serval was trying to create an opening, and it was determined not to provide one. The contest had reached a stalemate. The Serval's speed and agility were matched by the Cobra's patience and precision. Neither could gain an advantage through their usual methods, forcing them both into a situation where intelligence was more important than instinct. As the minutes stretched on, a subtle shift occurred in the tense atmosphere. Both animals, masters of their craft, began to develop a mutual respect for one another. The Serval, for all its agility and clever feints, could not find a single flaw in the Cobra's defense. It recognized the snake's unwavering focus and discipline. The Cobra, in turn, acknowledged the Serval's incredible speed, intelligence, and persistence. It knew that this was not a mindless predator, but a highly skilled opponent that was smart enough not to make a fatal error. They had tested each other and found an equal. Neither could secure a victory without taking an unacceptable risk of injury or death. Slowly, cautiously, the Serval began to retreat. It did not turn its back on the Cobra. That would be a foolish mistake. Instead, it backed away step by step, its eyes still locked on the snake. Its movements were slow and deliberate, a clear signal that it was disengaging from the conflict. This was not an act of cowardice, but one of profound intelligence. The Serval had assessed the situation and concluded that the potential reward of a fight was not worth the immense risk. It had learned a valuable lesson about a new and formidable type of opponent, knowledge that would help it survive in the future. The King Cobra watched the Serval's retreat, its body still tense. As the cat created more distance, the snake slowly, almost reluctantly, began to lower its magnificent hood. The intimidating display subsided, and the snake's body relaxed. It lowered its head, though it never took its eyes off the serval. The immediate threat had passed. The cobra had successfully defended its space without having to use its precious venom. It, too, had learned something. It had faced a fast, intelligent mammal and had prevailed through patience and intimidation, reinforcing the effectiveness of its defensive strategy. The crisis was over. Finally, with a safe distance between them, both animals turned and went their separate ways. The serval melted back into the tall grasses, resuming its hunt for smaller, less dangerous prey. The king cobra slithered away towards its rocky den, disappearing into the darkness of the undergrowth. There was no winner and no loser in the traditional sense. Both had survived. This encounter perfectly illustrates a fundamental truth of the wild. Survival is not always about fighting to the death. More often it is about intelligence, assessment, and knowing when to walk away. The savanna had taught them, and us, a powerful lesson in respect and restraint.